It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, next on Madden NFL 25.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway in Southern California. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chargers coming out to take over, and it is Justin Herbert at quarterback CD, now in his 5th NFL campaign.
And he's looking to bounce back after an injury-riddled season a year ago. Herbert, obviously one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, but that doesn't do you any good when you're standing on the sidelines wearing a baseball cap. If this team's ever going to reach their full potential, they've got to find a way to keep him upright. And with his new head coach, Jim Harbaugh, in the fold, they'll do exactly that. They'll have a chance to win a lot of games with Justin Herbert on the field.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. That one a first down pickup of 8. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So out come the Raiders for their opening drive, and at the helm in his first year in silver and black, 6th season overall, Gardner Minshew.
And he's someone who brings a ton of personality with him, but don't let that fool you. He's more than capable of playing winning football at this level and has actually done so. I don't know if he's their long-term answer under center, but as long as he trots out there, they'll have a puncher's chance and maybe a bit more to compete with any team they line up against.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Joey Bosa, so strong, able to fight his way in there to make the play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. But once again, it's Mitchell. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Minshew sets to throw. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Deion Henley there on the tackle. They work now on 2nd and 9. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Minshew. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
That's something how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Herbert. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Out of the gun, Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Raiders' 35-yard line.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first, fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Over the middle, complete. That's Myers. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
Now Minshew. Short throw caught by Bowers. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. 2nd and 9. As they've got it as we resume action. Off play action, it's Minshew. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense up. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Len McConkey with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chargers have taken the lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff, and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on. And as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That one's complete out to Michael Mayer. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. Fights him off. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
It wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 31-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. So the completion good for 6 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Herbert now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That'll be caught by Rice. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's into the hands of Edwards. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Herbert back to the air. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown, LA. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Open man is Tucker. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Looking to throw. Herbert. A swing pass here to Edwards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 2nd down and a yard. From the 50, here's Herbert. Throw out wide is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We begin Week 1 with a good one in the Pacific Northwest. Former division mates Denver and Seattle at Lumen Field. And it's the Seahawks who are out in front in the second quarter. Geno Smith throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown reception. The Chargers were led in the first half by their star quarterback, Justin Herbert. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball is not free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. Short throw to Disley. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
And the Chargers, 1st down.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. He spins free. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Edwards. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Chargers. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is up to 18 now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. Taking a shot here for Marshall. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Credit on that one defensively goes to Asante Samuel Jr.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chargers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And As you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner, and I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And the Raider first down.
A give running right is Mitchell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Minshew. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. Minshew not coming off. They'll try and go for it. On 4th down, Minshew. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Charger drive about to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
At the 47-yard line.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 58 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 7.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
A loss of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. how does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, it may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense so far on third down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Chargers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how Week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Minshew sets to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
For Marshall, that's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
First down, Las Vegas.
Now Minshew. Over the middle, hooks up with the tight end Bowers. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw it, Minshew. That's to Bowers once again. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by Tucker. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's a give to Dobbins. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Los Angeles, they begin the new year 1-0 as they come out victorious here. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.